Hi friends, it's Cassie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. Today we're doing something special. It's the Pearblossom Press and Pixi Dust Designs collaboration on Instagram. So I'm going to have my link down below for you to head on over there. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but let's talk about what we're using. We are using an Easy Light. You know I love those. We also have the Pearblossom Press stamp, some little sparklets, and then we have this beautiful Pixi Dust Designs die, and this one's called Holy Night, and that's what it looks like. I love it. It's 4 die, or 3 dies actually, and it's fabulous. Makes some quick cards really for the most part, and I'm super excited about it. So I do have a piece of, well, 2 pieces of navy blue cardstock. This is an easy way to make a night sky. It's probably one of my favorite ways because it is so simple. It doesn't have as much texture as some of those that you might add ink to or whatnot, but this is just splattering some picket fence distress paint on all over those pieces using a very tiny brush, like a tiny watercolor brush or whatever you have in your stash. I watered it down a tiny bit, and then I am going to bring in some silver paint. And this little tray isn't available anymore, but I can link down below another one that I have that I like just as much. But this one is at the ready and it's tiny, so that's why I use it all the time. And I'm splattering all over that so that we have this beautiful night sky that is super, super simple. You saw me do it, and that's what it's going to look like when it's all dry. So we'll set that off to the side to dry a little bit, that inside piece as well. And then we'll move on to our die cuts. I've gone ahead and die cut everything out already. So I die cut the shadow out of some white. I die cut all the words out of some craft, and then the stars out of some yellow. And we're going to go ahead and get those ready to attach down to that shadow piece. And I'm going to use some reverse tweezers to do so. And we'll use some Barely Art liquid glue as well. This way I can get some tiny little dots going. But like I said, I feel like this makes a fairly quick card. You may not want to mass produce this for all of the people that you send Christmas cards to. But if you've got a select few that you're like, yeah, I want to send them a light up card, this one is an easy one to mass produce, because you're going to watch me do it. The most time it takes is actually just putting the letters down, and I'm just being, I guess, extra cautious with it. I don't know why. But yeah, and it's easy to line all the words up, all the letters. You've got O, the H, then you have your cute little stable scene, which actually represents the letter O for holy. You've got your letter L, your letter Y, and then you have the word night. And now keep in mind with this die, since the word O and night are separate, you could use those on other pieces very simply, you know, to add to, it wouldn't have to be a Christmas card. So there are other options for those as well. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed putting this one all together, especially piecing it. And then we'll move on to the light, and you'll see how great that is too if you've never seen these before. But like I said earlier, this is a part of an Instagram hop. So I'm going to have my Instagram link down below, because that's where you can hop along and you can make comments and whatnot to be entered for the prize, because yes, there is a prize. And I think you're definitely going to want to see what everybody else has done combining these amazing products. So yeah, head on down to my description box, head to that link, and then you can check out what everybody has done. All right, so we're going to finish up. The reason I put the little stable piece on very last is because at the time I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually maybe ink blend it. I decided in the end not to, and I'm glad I didn't. I really like how that is just the way it is. Yes, Miles has decided to come in. Often, many of you call him my quality control. I don't know how much control. Well, he has plenty of control, but I don't know how quality it all is. That's for sure. So he's in here probably wanting to be fed or to be pet. Miles will not be ignored. I say that every time. And when he's needy, he is needy. All right, so I've put one of the little stars on there. I don't think I mentioned the size of my piece of paper here. I decided to make this, since this is for a 5x7 card, I made this piece 4.5 by 6.5 inches. And so it's going to be about 1/4 of an inch all the way around this piece when I put that on my base. I'm trying to center that piece up just a little bit, and I used regular glue to do so. And then I'm going to put my last 2 stars down as well. And we're using our pickup stick to do that. So once those are down, we're going to kind of let that dry a little bit. But I'm also going to use the other end of that pickup stick that has a pokey part. and we'll use that here in a second. For my 5x7 card, I've got some craft cardstock that measures 7 inches by 10 inches, scored at 5 inches. So it'll be a side folding 5x7 card, or A7 card. I am poking a hole through that first star. Now keep in mind, I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of cardstock. So that was a bit of a challenge, but we did it. And to put your easy light together, you're just gonna take your battery plus side up and stick that through. Now to attach it to the back, I like to just go ahead and put my lights first. And I will use some Scotch tape to do so, and I'll make sure that those lights are facing forward, and I will put them through the holes. I did poke 3 holes. There are 3 lights on these easy lights, and then I always check them to make sure that everything is working properly. Once I have that down, I can decide where I want my mechanism to go, and I'll just put a little bit of double-sided adhesive on the back of that, and then I can put my piece down. And then for the rest of the wires, it does not have to be pretty. No one's going to see this unless they rip your card apart, and you don't want that. So I just take another piece of Scotch tape or washi tape or whatever, and I attach that down to the back. Now that I've got that done, before I add anything else, I am going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment on the back of my card. I say the sentiment because I really love this little light bulb that says handmade. And that one is in that Pearblossom press stamp set. Handmade for you, and it's a light bulb. I love it. I always try to add it to every one of my light up cards. Then I'm also going to stamp out the word press that comes from that stamp set as well. And then I have my own personal stamp that says handmade by Cassie Trask. Now we can bring in that world's best foam tape, and we're going to attach that down all over the back, just avoiding the lights and the mechanism, but making sure that we have this nice and stable. This is the world's best foam tape for so many reasons. Part of it is it's repositionable. If you happen to put your piece down not in the right spot, it's repositionable for about 30 minutes, and the release paper comes off so simply. I love that so much. You just don't even know. So we can attach that down, and then we'll try to keep an eye on where our press button is, and then I can just use some liquid glue and put the press button down where it goes. And then I can't stop there. I do need to bring in some of these little crystal stars. These are by Buttons Galore and More, but they are in the Pearblossom Press store. And I'm just going to pick out a few of those with my pickup stick and put some of them down. Some of them are completely clear. Some of them are a little bit iridescent, and we're going to be fairly liberal putting those down. There's a few different sizes. It's super fun. And then I'll just use my liquid glue to do that. But that liquid glue does dry clear, so don't worry about that. And once that's done, that's going to finish off our card. So like I said, this is a part of an Instagram hop. Head down to the description box, hit that Instagram, the link, and then you can go hop along and check out all the things that everybody made. I love this video. I hope you do too. If you do, hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And as always, I will see you very soon in another video. Bye, everybody.